18 participants. I see 18 participants as of now. We'll wait for a couple of more minutes. And once we hit 23, that is excluding Abilash, Vamsi, and myself, once we hit 20 participants, we'll kickstart. Would that be okay?
Cool. Thank you, Ajay, for joining from west part of Africa. Welcome.
Thank you, Ajay. Yes, she has joined from Cote d'Ivoire. Thank you for joining in. Do we have anybody else as well? I mean, I do see a lot of new names and new faces as well. Quite a lot of them.
Hi, Eric. May we know from which district you joined from?
Hi, David. Hi. Hi, Anjani.
From 94.
Thank you, Eric. Thanks for joining from District 94.
Thank you, Eric, for joining in. We also have David. Hey, David.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm David from District 94, Africa. Ghana specifically. Yes.
Wonderful. District 94, that comes under which under which countries? Which countries does it cover? District 94.
Ghana, Nigeria, Benin.
Ah, wonderful. Okay, great.
Ghana, Nigeria, Benin, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gabon, Congo. You have all these countries in District 94. Togo also is in the district.
Nice to know. Glad to host you all here in today's session.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Karan, we are 22 now.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Perfect. We'll just should we start or should we wait for it to be 23? I think we can start. Hello.
Yes, Karan, you can start.
I hope I'm audible and visible to you all clearly. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for the confirmation. Great. All right, let's get started then. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining in for today's PyaaR 1.0 session. And this is the first of many educational session series from the District Public Relations Manager's Office. And I wholeheartedly welcome you all on behalf of my team to this session. And thank you for joining us on a Sunday afternoon here in India at 2 p.m. IST. And at the end of this session, we sincerely hope that you learn the planning with respect to PyaaR, with respect to design, what and all can be done in terms of design, branding, and things that go along with it. And we have two eminent trainers who will be walking you through all these things. And the next 2 odd hours you'll be spending time with them, where they will be taking you through the in and outs of all these aspects of PyaaR. So whether you are a VP PyaaR or whether you are just a club member who joined Toastmasters yesterday, this is the best platform for you to learn and grow. With that, I would quickly like to introduce the trainers for today's session. And both of them are quite good friends of mine, and we have worked together in the past as well. And both of them are equally excellent in PyaaR, I would say. And both of them are distinguished in their own aspects because both of them are DTMs as well. Having said that, please put your hands together for the trainers for today's evening. Distinguished Toastmaster Abilash and Distinguished Toastmaster Vamsi. With a huge round of applause, please welcome them.
Thank you, District Public Relationship Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Karan Venkateshwaran, for that wonderful introduction. And we have a wonderful set of audience today. You can keep the videos open if you are if you don't have any bandwidth issues. So we will keep the session more interactive and engaging for the benefit of everyone who participates in this session. I once again welcome you all for this wonderful initiative from District 125 DPRM office, PyaaR 1.0. In the language Hindi, which is widely spoken in India, PyaaR means love. So this is for the love of PyaaR, public relations, we all gathered, and we are going to have a wonderful series of such knowledge sharing sessions planned monthly. And today, we are going to cover two important aspects of any PyaaR activity. Anything starts with a plan. So does the PyaaR also. So how we can plan a PyaaR activity? Maybe it is for your club, maybe it is for your regular club meeting or some membership campaign, or in your area level or division level, or maybe at district level. So this plan is going to be somewhat we are going to discuss and collaborate and bring out the best for everyone. So that is where we are going to start with, and then we are going to concentrate upon some design aspects that will be covered in the later half of the section. And please don't leave the session in between. There is a wonderful surprise waiting for every one of you that would be helpful in your Toastmasters journey, even if you are a PyaaR or not a PyaaR. With that, let's start with the planning part. So generally, how you start planning your PyaaR activity. We will keep it interactive. You are all allowed to unmute and pitch in your inputs for such questions. So if you are a VP PyaaR already, you can, or if you know the experience of PyaaR planning, you can start with that. Yes, someone who wants to unmute and volunteer for this. Or you can raise your hand, we will unmute you. Yes, Jay Bharadwaj.
Yeah. Hi, DTM Abilash. See,
Hi,
we are part of a corporate club, and what I do is I see to that there is a continuous flow of information about our club activities on a company Yammer. So that helps. And appreciating somebody openly, a club member, and sometimes tagging the manager if the person has completed a level. So that went a long way in people generating a lot of interest and visibility for the club.
Yes, corporate club has a different agenda, or it's also a wonderful place to do a PyaaR where you have a professional growth in stake, and projecting your member in a better way in corporate space is always good. And Yammer is one wonderful channel to do that. Thank you for pitching in, Jay, for that. And any inputs from the community club part of Toastmasters? Who would like to? Olivia, you are unmuted. Would you like to share? Okay. So anyone who else want to raise your hand, and let's keep it more interactive. Okay. Let's just put it in a very simple terms. For every club meeting, how you will start design your poster. This is very simple, right? I think every one of us would have done this. So how that process starts?
A good choice.
Sorry, Arja.
Go for it, Ajay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Olivia, you have unmuted also.
Yes, Arja, please go ahead.
I think based on Toastmaster policy to create a design, we need an application, and we used to work with Canva. And you one step open your Canva platform, and after that we used to respect the color of Toastmaster, the code color. The primary color is gray, no, is blue, maroon, and grays. And to make the accents, we have to use the green. And after that, we need to respect the font against the different font is Gotham, Monstera, and so
Yes.
Sampro. And the gradient against Toastmaster have one gradient blue and online gradient, which is the
Yes.
number. I think I don't have a number in my mind, but we have to
It's
respect
okay.
that against.
Yes,
And
you
make
pretty much
yourself.
covered many things that we are going to cover in later
Thank
part
you
of the
so much. I
session. But
used
thanks for
to.
that quick heads up, Ajja. Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks
of
for sharing
course.
that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, let's hear it from David also. Yes, David, go ahead.
Thank you, Abilash. So to design a flyer, it all starts with the theme of the meeting. So once we know the theme of the meeting, then the design is actually built upon the theme of the meeting. That way it can attract more audience into the meeting. So if I know the theme, if you are going to play football, I know it's all about football. So the picture on the flyer, I will have to depict football so that people know that the whole meeting is going to be about football. If it's about education, it's all about education. So there must be something to depict education. And even as we bring in all those pictures, we must obey the rules and then the guidelines of the brand manual so that it doesn't go against Toastmasters brand. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you, David. Thanks for the wonderful inputs. We start with the theme, then we will make designs upon it. So ideally, when we start working on any poster, especially club meeting poster to start with, you get to know the theme from the Toastmaster of the day, and you will understand what you can put in that particular poster. Even before that, I will suggest you to, have a calendar prepared for the club. I think that would be a best way to keep things clear for the PyaaR activity. So it is not like this day you are meeting and this is the theme, but you can even make decisions upon the particular theme. Sometimes we will not be sure what theme can be picked up for the particular week or particular month in that way. So there are many other world days are celebrated. Recently, World Photographer Day was celebrated. World Youth Day was celebrated. Like this kind of days will be available when you search for when you search in Google, and mark those dates in your calendar so you can plan your meeting with respect to these kind of themes, and then start making a poster upon it. And if you are keenly watching if you're keen upon the district updates, keep eye on that also. District might host some contests or some some campaigns that will be used in your meeting as a theme. So generally that happens when when the annual conference is going to happen. They want to spread some awareness about it, so hosting a meeting upon. And recently we celebrated our 77th Independence Day in India. So such Independence Day kind of thing. So these are the ways you can start looking out for ideas and start your planning. And such planning can be done well in advance in your executive committee meeting that is happening every month or fortnightly, or how are the club practices. So this way, you start with your plan, the very generic discussion. And as mentioned by Ajay and David, once the theme is there, you will take a tool like a Canva or PowerPoint and start making the poster with respect to the brand guidelines. And I would like to ask one more question. Let's how many of you have will design a poster once and you will release it? You will make only one design for a meeting. You can raise your hand. Okay. Srinath, yes. Can you explain more on how the process you do?
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah, yes, Srinath, you're audible.
For one meeting, I will design one poster on Canva regarding the theme, the speakers, and the evaluators, and a new role players if there. So after that, I make the poster and I directly release on all social media platforms.
Okay, okay. So I'm happy. Like it's a good thing that you mentioned, Srinath. I'm happy that many of you are raise hands, because at least you make couple of posters and try to understand how a poster can be improved when you make one. It's not like one single poster you make and you will just go with it. At least when you start for the first time, you try to have a habit of making multiple posters, and that posters will help you in your future meetings also. It will save your time a lot when you are learning at that time. How many posters you make, that much of practice hours you are gaining. And eventually when you keep on practicing, at the end it will not take even 15 minutes or even less than 10 minutes. Only it will take for you to make a club meeting poster upon any given theme. So when you start making posters, make multiple posters. Try to do it in different formats. If a theme is related to football, don't try to put a picture of football in the poster and yeah, theme is football, club meeting date and time, it is done. No, let's try to make it much more brand compliant. How we can change the football into a simple circle, or that hexagons in the design can be used. Like that, there are many other ways you can, if you spend some time initially when you start designing, when your thought process goes like this, and when you complete your term, you itself will have at least some 50 to 60 templates with you, because you have done so many templates for all the meetings that you have conducted throughout the 6 months tenure. So keep this keep this practice. It's not like single poster you make and you just go for it. And because when you keep on iterating, when you keep on changing, that's how we learn, and that's how we become better in what we are doing. So when such online meetings are happening, okay, we are like last 2 years we have conducted many things in online only. So how the PyaaR works happened throughout the club. So anyone like to share some interesting ideas that you guys implemented when you were online? How you guys made it interesting for your club? Yes, anyone can raise your hand and we'll discuss on that. Or you have seen something interesting that happened in other clubs? Okay.
No one says anything interesting.
I might become a table topic master for some time. Then I'll start pick up the names. Then I think that will be better.
No, Abilash, I think folks who have not seen, or let's rephrase the question a bit. Folks who haven't seen anything interesting, raise your hand and come forward, because when he asks interesting, nobody raised their hands.
I would like to say
Yes, Sumita. Yes,
Hi,
please go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Smita,
I'm from
Thank you.
Rainbow Toastmasters Club, so it is 100% online, and we had our VPPR Amburi. So she has tried with some voice with the images and then some clips and other things in VPPR activity. So that was something different. Even we have also not seen, and she came up with different ideas.
Yeah, I have observed this from Rainbow Toastmasters Club, which was consistently coming out in multiple social media platform, spreading awareness about LGBTQ alliance. That was wonderful PR work done by your VPPR. That was a good practice. Thanks, Smita, for pitching in. And let's hear it one more example from any other corporate or community clubs, or even any other college clubs who are representing him today. They are also welcome to share. I know definitely you would have done something different, when things went online in last 2 years.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Shantanu, please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, sir. I am Shantanu from Raisoni Toastmasters Club.
Yes, Shantanu.
So, sir, I have been digital head of Raisoni Toastmasters Club from past few weeks. So, according to the brand manual, I have tried lots of things to create poster more to more engaging to the audience. But somewhere, I've got confusion because we have to, checkbox all the parameters of our brand manual. So it becomes a little bit confusing for me.
Shantanu,
Did we
if I may
lost
ask you a
Shantanu?
question.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Abilash. Go ahead.
No, I didn't hear him for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, so Shantanu was talking about having a bit of confusion when it comes to checking all the boxes in the brand manual and making it even approachable that way.
Yes.
Right. So Shantanu, when you say that there is a bit of confusion, can you be specific in at what stage are you encountering the confusion, and with what? Is it with the color palette, is it with the font, or is it with what sorts of, like, what is, if you can tell us a little bit about the confusion that you're having with respect to the design?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, it is a confusion between the our font, because sometimes font is not that goes with our posters, because it is like sometimes audience did not catch up with the font because it is not that attractive sometimes, and because I am in the college club and the audience are more of the students.
Yes, I clearly understand this kind of confusion, Shantanu. So, Toastmasters International gives you an option of primary font, secondary font, and tertiary font, and also one more additional font also. So Mozart and Source Sans Pro, or Mozart, or the other option is Gotham. Both are very good bold fonts, and whenever you are using that font in a poster, definitely that will stand out. I hope you are observing the district posters that are coming out. They are using such fonts only, and the way how the content stand out when we use such fonts are much visible for you, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you want to go for some fun related fonts, Toastmasters does not give you such kind of option. We have to stick with the fonts which is given in the brand manual only. But you can still make them bold or make them bigger in the poster. For example, what was your club meeting's recent theme?
Sir, actually we have the AD meet last in
Yeah,
last 3.
any theme you can tell me.
Yes, sir, it was a magical theme.
Magical theme. So with respect to magical theme, the letter M can be emphasized bigger in the poster, and you can write it in a diagonal way, or in Canva you have option to write it in a circular way or in a semicircular way, or you can highlight with the option of outline. there are these kind of ways you can explore the given font and make it more attractive for the audience when they see it. Such a kind of session, knowledge sharing session, will be part of our next series. And even later part of this meeting, distinguished Toastmaster Vamsi will be covering such interesting things for this kind of doubts also. But thanks for sharing this input, Toastmaster Shantanu. Okay. So
maybe I have one more point to add on Abilash and Toastmaster.
Yes, Chandra, go ahead.
So
yes.
one thing is like, see, like we have a choice, like whenever we have a theme, based on the creative liberty that we have, so we will be using a specific images to capture the audience attention, or like say, like you mentioned, the font to predefine and then keep it catchy, so that say it will be more interesting for everyone, right? Like, so there are other areas, like say, which we can actually confine. Example can be, see, like as per the brand manual, there are certain areas like how the logo should be defined, and the other template should be defined. So will you do you guys think, like say, it will be a good thought where we can come up with a template? Example can be for the poster. So if you have any template like which is already circulated across the district, so they can actually try to take them as a reference, and they can up to their creative thoughts, like they can customize it like so accordingly. So is one thought like which I thought to pass on, Abhilash, because in general
Definitely, Chandra. Definitely, Chandra, I hear you, and we have one such surprise waiting for everyone,
oh, is it
which
already
you already give a
revealed
wonderful
it? Sorry
hint.
then, sorry for this.
That's absolutely
Sorry,
fine.
Abhilash.
That's absolutely fine, Chandra. We have worked on that. We have worked on multiple times in earlier PR teams also. So such things are always in place for to help. All the club PR activities or the PR activities beyond clubs also. Thanks for pitching
Yeah,
that
definitely. Why?
wonderful
Because
idea.
that will
Because
save a lot of
that's
time.
that's why I said we'll keep it interactive. Such things will come out from you also. This is where we also understand how we can plan and work upon for any PR activity. That's a wonderful way of it. So thanks a lot, Chandra. So bringing it back. So what we have done something interesting. Is a job that is going to be covered in another few minutes from Toastmaster Vamsi, where we have some design session plan. Thanks for the question. Okay, moving further, some interesting things to do as a club VPPR, even an online meeting. So as I speak, you can see my video, and you can take the screenshots of people when they are speaking and use that in your club meeting posters. This we used to do when physical meeting is happening. We'll take photos of members. We'll do it in the post-meeting updates. That's all. But when that person become a Toastmaster of the day, you don't need to go for that boring passport size photo or very professionally set with hands closed. They will be more expressive when they are speaking in stage. So capture these moments even in online meeting. You can do that. As I speak, you can see me in full screen. Take a screenshot. You utilize that particular screenshot in your future meetings also. So that will be one wonderful idea to keep your posters more diverse and attractive. Okay. So these are something which I want to share when it comes to some different practice. And physical meeting, definitely you will be keep on taking photos. And make sure the intent of the poster is completely covered in the when you are creating it. Means the club name should be clearly visible. The text of the theme should be clearly visible. Let me start sharing my screen, and let's do it more practically. Kindly let me know once the screen is visible for everyone. Is the screen visible for everyone? You can see a white canvas.
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, cool. So what are the things that we put into a poster? Start with we can unmute and give me inputs. What kind of
The
things that
logo.
you want to put into a poster?
Yeah. And folks
Search
who
in
don't
the
want
logo.
to unmute. Sorry, say that again.
Toastmasters logo, please.
Logo. Yeah. Logo.
Yeah,
Abilash.
definitely logo. Yes.
And folks who
Ideally,
don't
when
want to unmute
when
can put it
personally,
in the
when
chat
I
also.
design,
I would start as a
yes,
background.
yeah. So ideally, when I start to design, logo will be my last part because I will complete my design fully, and wherever I can find the space, that is where I insert the logo at the end. So that will make sure you will not have a boundary when you're, for your creative thoughts to flow in. So we'll start with the text box. I'm turning off my video just for the bandwidth issues so that others can. So ideally, this would be your club name. What can be the theme? Anyone wants to pitch in? Karan, can you help me if I get any inputs in the chat box?
Certainly. So, okay, we haven't got any theme details as
Okay.
such, but team art,
Assistant.
speaker details, logo, club name, meeting number, contact details, photographs, theme details. Thank you, Toastmaster Ishma. Thank you, Toastmaster Srinath. Okay, Toastmaster Shantanu is saying theme related to food, and Toastmaster Mansa is saying raise your voice. Those are good themes. Raise your voice. That's a good one. Thank you, Toastmaster Mansa.
So
Okay,
raise your
Toastmaster Omkar
voice.
is saying MOT, and
Thank you.
Toastmaster
Thanks for the
David
theme.
is saying.
But we are going to do only one
Yeah.
poster, not a complete poster, but
Yes.
an idea of how and where it can be, how it can be properly put. Okay. So
Yeah.
once you add a text box, you can duplicate it like this. Like even if you right click, you will see the option of duplicate, or you can do Control D to duplicate things in your. So you don't need to every time go back to the text box and keep on adding texts. The quickest way to get things done. TMOD, usually I suggest don't use short forms in poster, especially in poster, because you will get guests to be part of the meeting, so they will not be aware of what is Toastmaster of the day, what is TMOD. So better to have it in full form rather than keeping a TMOD, TM, or even that case DTM. These are the things will attract and give clear idea to your audience. So if you see this poster, what you can see first, one with the biggest font, that is Raise Your Voice. This is not a very creative poster or nothing. It's just a simple plain Canva, but still, when you see this for first time, your eyes will see to which is occupying the biggest space in the poster. So make sure your theme is occupying a good amount of space in the poster. And then goes your club name. And then comes other details like Toastmaster of the day, contact details, and everything. So this kind of size hierarchy, when you start to follow, you will be able to make poster as per your club theme, and it will reach the intended audience correctly. Agreed? Everyone? Can I get a yes, no?
Yes.
Am I audible to everyone? Okay, thank you. Thanks for the acknowledgement. Fine. And what kind of image that can be used here? There are good set of Toastmasters repository images we have. So those images can be used, and definitely they will contribute to this particular theme of Rise Your Voice. Any picture depicting the public speaking platform or something related to things happening in Toastmasters, like people are speaking in a mic, people are addressing a wide range of audience. All those kind of pictures can be used along with those other Toastmasters repository that we have. Okay. So when you think a PyaaR club VPPR activity or any PyaaR activity comes to an end for a given meeting,
Okay,
yes,
I
Eric.
have a response from Eric in the chat. He says have
Yes,
to add the date and the venue.
Date and yeah, I stopped sharing my screen now. So let's move on to the next part, because I don't want to get more into the designing, which will be covered soon from Vamsi side. Okay, cool. So I was asking when a PyaaR activity will come to an end. For example, when you start making your club meeting poster for that particular club, when that PyaaR activity comes to an end. Anyone like to answer this?
Maybe after the event, when the event starts.
Okay, when the event starts, the VPPR activity is done.
Yeah.
That's all. Okay, that's a wonderful answer. Thank you, Jay. Anyone else want to pitch in or have a different opinion on this?
Hi, Toastmaster Abilash. This is Toastmaster Kunal.
Yeah, Kunal.
So a PyaaR activity, it's a never-ending business. And if we take an example of just one particular meeting, so as per me, the PyaaR, we can put a comma on the PyaaR activity after we have published the glimpse of the meeting for audience.
Yeah, that is one thing to do. Yes, post meeting updates. That's where when the PyaaR activity for the particular event comes to an end. Thank you, Kunal, for putting in that. So if you ask me, so when the intent of that particular meeting is reached, that's when the PyaaR activity comes to an end. So if you want to add more members to your club, so after you are running a membership campaign, post that campaign, publish, yes, we have so and so members, so many members presented in this meeting. This was how the meeting was going on. And these are the new members that got added to the club. Yes, correct.
Well, just to add a perspective to this, it completely depends on what sorts of PyaaR, what sorts of event for which we are doing the PyaaR. That is equally important. In terms of, say, example, if continuing with Abilash's example, if it is a addition of new members and stuff like that, you can, the pre-event, prior to the event, you can put it up as, okay, what are the benefits that one will get after joining Toastmasters? And during the event, you can have a Q&A session and stuff like that, and there you can take a picture and you can post that also, saying that okay, the guest interactions and stuff like that. Post which when the member joins, there also you can put up something saying that okay, we had conducted so and so open house on so and so date at our club, and please please put your hands together in welcoming the latest addition to our club, and then you put a introductory poster of those members, and then the PR activity for that particular event comes to an end. So it completely depends on the kind of event that we are doing the PR for. So specifically, that is why we have the role of PR chair in a whole lot of events like an area contest or division meets or whatever. We do have a PR chair for this purpose because it changes from one event to another, and it is completely different from how we handle the PR for our weekly club meetings. So that is one thing. It completely. I just want to highlight that bit so that
Yes, definitely, Karan. That is another wonderful perspective to pitch in. Thanks for adding your insight on this, because that's what. So every event, even a single club meeting, has its own perspective. Your normal club meeting will have something to pitch in always. So a PR activity comes to an end for that particular club meeting when that intent of the club meeting is achieved, when the winners are recognized, when you post that best speaker or level completion posted in your YAMR channel or in MS Teams channel or in your club WhatsApp groups, or publish in your club Instagram page or Facebook page. That's when that this is the cycle. You start planning by deciding upon what kind of theme can be used, then put that theme into the design, either using Canva or a PPT, then try to be more interactive when the meeting is happening, click some photos, talk to people, and use those photos in your post-meeting updates and create another wonderful flyer. These are the things happen in the meeting, and that's when the PR plan comes to an end. This is something I want to share with respect to the PR plan. I hope this helps everyone to understand the basic planning of any PR activity. Yes? No? Can I get a thumbs up? Virtual thumbs up. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for this. Any other questions or clarifications to be added before we proceed further? Anyone, any questions? Or you have any doubts that you want to address with respect to design, that also can be asked.
If you have no questions now, but a question pops up in your mind later on, please do use the chat feature and put the question in the chat box. We will take it up and answer it at that point in time. Oh, we have a
Yeah, this is
Yes, someone speaking.
Yeah, this is
Hi, Suresh.
Yeah. Once completed the meeting, what are the things we need to do? What exactly do we in a poster? Do we need to post it in the meeting?
So post-meeting updates. So what happened in the meeting? How many members attended? Who are all the winners? Best speaker. Every meeting we decide winners, right? Best speaker, best evaluator,
Yes,
best table topic speakers, best. So put them, give them recognition in the poster. Apart from, so if you are holding an in-person meeting, take the photo. So get this distributed to them. Put all this into a single poster, and you can put it in your WhatsApp group and in the Instagram page. So people love to share this in their status, in their circle, and that makes organic PR for your club on Toastmasters also. That is the best part about post meeting updates.
Okay. Is there any template for this one? Post meeting template? Anything?
There are templates which for any. We are going to share a good set of templates, and Karan, I am going to share my screen, and I'll request you to go through and unveil our surprise for everyone?
Absolutely, sure. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are one lucky bunch of people because we are unveiling something from the PR office today, and this is something that we have all been waiting for, and that is the launch of ABCD Starter Kit 2.0. So kudos to the entire team who worked behind the scenes, and a special shout out to distinguished Toastmaster Abilash and distinguished Toastmaster Vamsi. Thank you so much for your contribution to these starter kits. So as you are aware, ABCD means anybody can design starter kit. So this is the second version, the 2.0, the new and improved version of ABCD starter kit. And this is for everybody to create brand compliant posters. And this is basically your go-to place when it comes to poster design. You can look at these designs. Abhilash, if we can go through the starter kit
Yes,
once.
I will be going through the starter kit. I
Yeah.
request everyone to come on your video or share your inputs or how excited you are when you see the starter kit again.
Yeah. Are you going to make a video of it and share it in the group too?
Yes, so
Yeah,
this
will
starter
be
kit will be mailed out. The starter
Okay.
kit will be shared across to everybody. And yes, Abhilash, please continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
yeah. So this will be shared as a template to everyone, and this link will be given in our District 125 website, and it will be shared in all the executive committee groups how to use this. So it has a good set of useful resources that is handy, like logos, how to pick up the color, how to use the gradients and transparencies, and sort of this good templates like this. And this is the template you can use for welcoming your new member. In the center you can have the member's picture, other side you can have the member's sponsor, another side you can have the member's mentor who's going to mentor. So like this you can edit this template as how you really want to work upon. There are specific instructions given at the beginning of this beginning of this kit to know how you can use these templates. These are some minimalistic design templates that can be used for any club activity. Either it can be a contest, it can be an open house, or it can be a regular club meeting. So this is a very simple design, no image, nothing, but still it looks like a wonderful template for any given meeting, right? And yes, Karan.
So this is basically not an exhaustive list, and there is no compulsion that you have to use these uh, posters itself. So these will be shared with you as templates, or you can tweak and you can make designs out of this for yourselves. And if you wish, you can definitely get inspired by these and make your own as well. So if you have any concerns or queries with respect to how to go about this with making your own posters, we are there to help you. So all you have to do is just reach out to us and we'll be happy to assist you with respect to whatever queries that you may have. This is your source of inspiration, this is your starting point. You draw the uh, you know you draw the line where your creativity stops. We are just giving you a starting point so that there is something to begin with.
Yes.
Right, Abhilash?
Yes, this kit will be helpful for anyone who wants to start designing, even if you're a club PR or not a PR, or you are a future PR of the club. Take this as an inspiration. This is just a dot, and from that dot you can connect to n number of dots, and you can keep on increasing your learning curve creatively. So these are some set of templates, pathway, badges, and set of design assets we have with respect to backgrounds. So these are the gradient backgrounds that we have made it, and these are borders, the ribbons that can be used in your post meeting updates, icons that can be used in posters when you are using phone symbol to, mention your contact number, and this is your club meeting with your club banner, and like that. There are multiple very thoughtful icons present or added here, which will be helpful for you to put in your club meeting posters, and even some posters can have this icon as itself as a bigger image, and some icons that related to social media which you can use. And for any questions or any doubts, you can reach out to our district PyaaR, Karan Venkateshwar, and his email ID. All these details are given in this template. And sooner, this template will be shared across to everyone in the District 125, and also will be put in the PyaaR Corner part of District 125 website. Thank you everyone for patiently listening and adding their valuable inputs when we start this session as PyaaR planning. Now we discussed more upon planning. I would like to introduce the next trainer for today's session, who's none other than the distinguished Toastmaster Vamsi Yerrapragada, and he is also the design team head for District 125, who will be walking us through some wonderful way of utilizing the basic design ideas through Canva. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Vamsi. Thank you, everyone.
Check. Am I clearly audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible, you are visible.
Yes. Okay. And why I can see only 4
I
confirmations
have a
out of the
question,
crowd?
sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much for the presentation of this initiative by making to happen some template. But how could we get it to for our club? How could you download all these templates? Could we have a link, please?
Sure. Definitely, we are going to share the links. Once we have this thing, it will be sent to the entire district and it will be uploaded in the social media sites as well. So from there, you can easily download whenever you want, and you can have all the templates, whatever you want from this set of templates we are creating. And future also we'll add few more so that it will become easier for you in the last minute where you suddenly need to create a poster. That's it. Open the templates. We have one ready for you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And before that, I see only 8 or 9 people acknowledged. I want to know whether remaining people were there in the meeting, sleeping, because I'm a sleepy guy and it is India afternoon. Definitely, I'm very sleepy. If you are not responsive, I will do my best to sleep today. So if you don't want that, I want you to be more engaged. At least have some reactions, do whatever you want. Chat group is open. Don't scold me over there. You can say hi, hello, anything you want, or you can answer few questions. That would be absolutely fine. All right. Before the starting the session, I'm having some technical things here and there. I'm switching my cam and all. I have a power cut, whatnot. Like won't be in your favor always, but we have to cope up with that. So Abilash spoke a lot of things about design, and some people even say there are certain elements we need to focus on. Can someone tell me what are the visual brand elements we should mainly focus when designing a poster? You can type in chat window as well.
Logo,
Okay.
font,
Shapes, fonts,
color palette,
colors. There is one more element.
Frame.
Okay, which frame?
To show the photo.
Okay, the images. Finally, you got it. Yes, the main key elements when you are designing the poster: logos, colors, fonts, and images. These are the crucial elements that can make any poster way attractive than we can imagine, or something we don't want to see at any cost. Either of them is completely in your hand, but these 4 plays a crucial role in doing so. Now, before that, Let me share my screen so that I can explain some things which makes you understand exactly what is these logos, other kind of things, because I know, let me check these settings. Yes. So everyone knows this one, brand manual. You can download it from the net as well, from Toastmasters site, which gives you an idea of what are the brand guidelines Toastmasters follows every year. It is very clear, instructions were detailed. Now there are certain things which we have doubt that not everything will be in brand manual, but there are some things we do on experimentation and learn with respect to the brand manual. Now, one of the crucial elements I said is the logo. Now, a lot of people see these boxes and other kind of things which says there should be certain distance and sort of things. Now, let me keep it simplified for you. Like so many people say, give some breathe space, which means whenever you create a logo or whenever you have a logo on a template or in a poster, make sure you are giving adequate space around it. No worries, I will create a poster and I will show it to you. What is that and how it is made. This is just for your basic guidance. And second thing is, there is a minimum size we need to follow. It is not something like we fascinated, we want to showcase on a poster. So we designed something big, something way cool, and finally make logo so smaller that we have to zoom in 10x to see that there is a logo. No, the logo should be at a minimum size as described either in it is a web version, it should be at 72 pixel. If you are printing it, it should be 3/4 of an inch. Now, let me create, maybe I go to home page and I will showcase you first what to create from here. Then we can discuss the remaining elements. Now, can someone tell me what would be the ideal size, not the expected PRs? Okay, I want other people to speak. What do you think the ideal one we should select when we are creating a poster? Any idea?
A4.
Instagram size.
Okay, one slide Instagram size.
A4.
A4, okay.
Instagram post.
Instagram, okay.
Instagram post is the standard, which could be
Instagram,
used
okay.
in Facebook, everywhere.
Okay.
You see, we got a interesting answer in the chat. 29
Okay, what?
into 27.
29 into
Very,
27. That's
very specific dimension. Yes. Thank you, Chandra,
specific
for that.
dimension. I really like that. Now let me tell you the ideal size which majority of the posters were made is exactly like few people said, that is the Instagram post which is square, which is 1080 cross 1080 pixel. Now why is that so? Now what is the specialty of this one compared to the others, and why not others? Let me keep it simple. This poster which you can make is or can be used on majority of the platforms. But if you, for example, make a Facebook cover or Facebook post or a poster which is on a Facebook site, definitely you have to zoom out in the Instagram. It won't fit in the exact manner. But the Instagram post can go in the other way and fit in every social media platform. That is the reason majority we fixate on the Instagram post square. Please remember, which is 1080 cross 1080. You can also have other kind of things. For example, you want a small size of a poster and which is fit on every social platform and you want to do it, you can go ahead. There is no particular instruction or a rule that this should be there. It is all up to you. But the majority preference would be Instagram post. And this is how you create a. Let me tell you one more thing. Majority people thinking that Canvas is the main tool and we want to focus on the Canvas and other things. Trust me, if you are using Adobe or any sort of tool that can be used with brand colors and other elements and you can create a good posters, go and use it without hesitation. On an ideal note, Canvas would be way easier. And second thing is, sometimes, for example, if your club budget is a little bit of a lesser amount or something, you can buy even a pro account by distributing into the with other clubs. Together, you can buy one account. There you can have it. And what if we are using a free version? There is one difference, like you can see there are certain templates where is a crown and known as a pro. If you don't have a pro version, you can't use this template, it will be restricted. But for example, our district created certain templates where you may have few things which were in pro. You cannot edit them, but you can copy, paste and use it as a original. That can be done on a free account. Now I created one more thing when this session started to explain you the colors and other things on a simpler note. So let us go with colors, and yeah, there are plenty colors here to use. And I expect people to think, there will be a lot of colors. Why we are hesitated to these colors? Okay, let's put that question aside. Can someone tell me a color which used to be in Toastmasters 2 years back, but they removed it? Anyone know that color? Any guesses? Abilash, if anyone types in chat window, tell me.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
waiting for answers.
You can type in the chat window. It would be easier for you guys. Okay, don't Google it. All
It's
right,
not true, Maro.
let me break the ice. The color is pure red, which got removed
Right.
2 years back, and then they segregated into different gradients, and finally this is the palette we are having as of now. There is a font also removed. Before we go to font, if you want, you can search in Google now. Okay, so this red is one of the colors which used to be completely good, but due to some restrictions, they removed it. And finally, we have this color palette in front of us. These are the primary colors. Like at the starting of the session, we discussed the true maroon, loyal blue, cool gray. Now, keeping aside primary colors, there are accent colors, which is, the cool yellow, or what you can say is a color which we can use it to some extent, not on a complete full scale. That we will discuss in detail later. And then there are two more colors which are not in the color palette, white and black. Now, these two colors are never mentioned anywhere on the TA as well, but you can use it because white and black were the colors by default used on any of the platforms and any of the organizations, because white is considered as a color which is like, the open one, and black is considered as a null. So that is the reason white and black can be used, whereas a small thing, white can be used as background, not black. Black can be used only to some extent, not to the full color. Maybe something like a text box on a back end or some design elements, you can use it black, but not on a full scale. White, you can use it in anywhere with the background presence. It is just like the plain pure white sheet, and you can use it without any restrictions. Now coming to the gradients. Well, you can see there are three gradients we can use for the maroons, blue, and the gray. Now, when we are creating a gradient, always remember the thumb rule. You can see a lot of people using gradients with different combinations and other things. But the thing is, you can't mix the gradients, which means you can't have a gradient of maroon and a gradient of gray. The gradients should be on the same color. So at the starting of experiment, it is fine. You may mix the colors, you can use it, but later, if you want to follow pure brand guidelines, fix to one thing, that is having the gradient in their own color, and try to create more visual appealing posters from that gradient itself. Now, this is what the gradients are. And like I said, yellow doesn't have any sort of gradients. It is only a pure color. Now, coming to the gradients, like, to make it simpler, I keep this slide here. You can see the gradient 2 shades. And in Canva, you can simply edit the colors here. And it is with ease. And once you have this set, okay, in my designing same, I always have this one. What is the biggest advantage? For example, I go to another page, I am creating something, okay, I want to change colors. I press it. The only colors which I can see were the colors from the Toastmasters side, the branded colors. So it is a clear picture for me that these are the colors available for me. No need to hesitate whether this can be used or not. Clearly, it is here for me. These two would be gradients. To remember, it is Three, red or maroon you are seeing. These two will be gradients. This will be the solid color, the middle one. Then gray, there was one gap yellow, and then the gradient of gray. White in the last, black in the start. Very easy to use when you have this one in your design. So whenever I create any template, first I create one or two blank pages. In my third page, definitely this palette will be there. So it becomes easier for me to design because I have all the colors in front of me. No need to think what is the color code. Is it 772432 or it is something else? Should I scroll down? Should I check it? No. Directly here I have the colors. Easy to pull it. These are the gradients, and there will be some transparencies also we can use. Okay, here you can see the opacity is up to 70%. So something like these kind of shades also we can use. We can discuss these things in depth when we are on the designing phase. But I think we will give you a template, right? From there you can see and you can drag them or copy paste them, and you can experiment with these things. It will be easy. Let us start with the smaller designs, and slowly we can go to the gradient part. Don't start in the starting itself with gradients. Go with the plain colors, then experiment with the gradients later. Now coming to the fonts. Like you see, these are the fonts which we use mostly. That is Montserrat and Source and Pro. Can someone tell me what are the brand fonts that originally TI gave us? You can type or you can unmute. Or if you want, I can go to the brand manual as well.
Gotham and Myriad Pro.
Yes.
And Khushbu has posted in the chat with Arial.
Yeah, okay. So let me tell you guys, it was Gotham and Marriott Pro, and for that we have an alternative, that is Montserrat and Source and Pro. Now there are some organizations or somewhere you can buy these fonts, but these were way expensive, especially the Gotham and the Marriott Pro. For example, sometimes in the net itself you can find a design or the templates. Let me showcase you the empty space we created. Right here are some templates. From here also you can find the fonts. Okay, the not Montserrat and Source and Pro, which is easily available. Gotham and Merit will be available. But one thing you always remember is when you get it from somewhere, not the purchased version. Okay, when you get it from another poster or another template, the moment you edit it, immediately it changes. Okay. For example, if you are changing its shape or some sort of experiment you are doing with the fonts, it goes by default from Montserrat to Gotham or something like that. So it is better if you find something, use it the original. If not, always have with ease of having Montserrat and Source and Pro, which would be easier for us in the canvas, always available. And in Montserrat, you can use all these kind of things, fonts, which are mostly used for headings and subheadings. In the body, where you need a smaller fonts or smaller size, the data, there you can use the Source and Pro. I think someone might have Googled it. If not, let us see. There is one font which was removed. I asked before. Now, can I get the answer for that?
Waiting for answer in the chat. Not answer.
Okay, let me give it to you. It is ITC Lubalin, which was also removed 2 years back with the red color. And from there, we were transferred into completely Montserrat and Source and Pro because of the unavailability of the Gotham. So if you can get the original one, use it, or this would be more suitable for you. And in the templates as well as, we created with ease for us to use. That is one of the backgrounds of graphic gradients, you can see. So these are sometimes we use it as a background in the posters also. You can see 1 or 2 posters when we share the template. You might have seen these colors. It is not a simple plain one. We use gradients to make it more appealing. If you want, you can create at the starting the same color. But if you notice, let me press this one. You can see the true colors. Like I said, the middle one would be a solid color. It cannot be in the gradients. A solid color will not be in the gradients. Only the gradient colors has to be picked up and solid colors, when on the blue you have one advantage. The darker gradient is same as the solid color, loyal blue. Now that is one advantage we have. The same goes with the gray. But for maroon, we'll be having three colors. One would be for the solid color and other two would be for the gradients. Hope I made some sense. Okay. Now let us come to the final part. Now that is images. A lot of posters. I don't want to showcase some random poster and say this is a bad brand complaint poster or something and indicate it. I don't want to show that negative aspect. Let me tell you, for example, if it is a monsoon, a lot of people, what they do is they create, raindrops and everything falling. You can't use the clip art. Clip art cannot be part of a poster. You can write it in a font or something that makes more appealing, or have a boxes of blue color, the cool blue here and there, not like the raindrops. Okay, don't create a shape, but like some sort of appealing way, which is indicating that it is a monsoon. So something like that, you can make it visually appeal. Or for example, let us say it's on a Valentine's Day. Now the common thing which I do is I select either of these two. Because rather than making the heart shape and then a lot of people debating on whether it is brand complaints or not, I don't even bother going to that extent. Simply I take the color because the color represents the heart kind of a thing, and from there I create the fonts and the content in the poster that represents visually appealing. So in that way you can avoid certain kind of things. For example, we can't use things like logos of companies. For example, let us say I am working in a company, so and so. Now, I can't use a company logo because there are some sort of restrictions. But if it is a corporate company and it is a corporate club, then you can use the company logo. That is allowed. If it is a community club, can I use a logo, like our own community logo? No, community logos were not allowed. Rather than what you can do is, in the poster, you can have hashtag. For example, if my club is Pune, okay, so what I can have is hashtag Pune Toastmasters. So in such a way, you can have something in the hashtags because hashtag doesn't have limitations. You can keep anything on the hashtag note, but don't keep the clip parts because clip parts were not part of these things. There will be certain kind of clip part kind of things which we can use, the icons, the human shaking hands and other kind of things that we will give you in the entire templates where you can use it. Only those things were allowed to use. These were given by the Toastmasters. In the Toastmasters site, you can find all these kind of things from the resources and other way. And this is the page which is very, quite known with the majority of the people. That is where you can get the logos and other sort of things. Can someone tell me what is the biggest difference between JPG and PNG? How we can use it in here?
Transparency.
Yes, perfect. For the purpose of the transparency, we can use it so that it makes us easier to create more visual appealing. When you want to do such kind of things, always go for the PNG. If you think, no, I want to just go with the basic logo, how it is, because that is how my poster should stand out, then go for the JPG. And one more thing, when some people are, printing sort of things, always ensure better prefer the white background rather than the color gradients. But if you are doing color gradient, first have one copy before you, keeping the bulk of the copies, so that you know exactly how the printout will be reflecting, because sometimes it will be pixelated when you print. But on the white, it will be exactly the same as a plain one, and your fonts won't get any sort of distortion. But in the background, if you are having, you have to check a lot of things, the printer settings and the system settings as well, so that you can have exactly what you are seeing on your Canva, or sometimes even after you converting into PDF, when you print, it will not be on the same version. It changes. It can be pixelated. So ensure you check these things when you print those stuff. And let me go to my home page and okay. See, we are having a lot of things with logos and other things. One thing I would say that is, kind of fascinated with the Toastmaster logo is, if you guys observe, Toastmasters logo edge, there was maroon, then yellow, and then comes to the main circle of the globe. If you use a maroon background and keep this logo, this maroon merges with the maroon which you are using. Still, it looks appealing because they have the yellow. That is the reason why the Toastmaster logo, they kept yellow between the maroon and the blue. So that when you are using in the backend colors and playing with colors in this way, it would be easier for you to make that more appealing content. The same goes with the fonts, like the Abilash said before, using the fonts and making it appealing on a different scales. See here itself, heading and subheadings, then the font you can have, having the bold or not bold, italics, whatever the things you can experiment it, the size, so that you can showcase it like a cleaner image with only the fonts making more appealing. Hope we made some sense today. And before we go to the creating one of the basic posters or something like that, if you have any questions related to the stuff we have discussed so far, you can ask me. More focus on clarifying your doubts. If you have things that you think maybe I shouldn't ask on an open or you're hesitant, you can chat to me personally as well, so that I will take it without taking your name.
Yeah, I had a doubt. This is
Yes.
Heshma. Actually, as you said, this document, if you click, you will get this gradients on that color palette. But what if we put it on a new document? So how do we save it on the color palette? We don't want to
Yes.
put it on this document.
Now let me tell you how to make it with the ease. Okay, so simply I will go to the design. Okay, you can see a lot of things which should be new designs and other kind of things. But there is one more thing, that is the projects in the end. Now these projects are something that I have created before. So I always have this. This is another account, so that is why it is not visible here. But in general, what happens is when I press this one, immediately I press one of these designs. For example, let us go to this one. Okay, you see, these are the things which were inside that. So these are different pages we created. Now immediately whenever I press this one, for example, let me press this. Immediately that one will be in my template, which I am creating now. So in that way, I always have these things, okay? The fonts, the gradients, like for the set of 3-4 slides with me. So whenever I immediately open that one, I import one of these, I started working. Then when it's time for logo, immediately I go to the next slide or create blank page, I import that slide. In that way, I can easily have the entire set of the palettes with me, so that it will be easy for me to design. So you can always go to the projects and do the same thing. Your projects will be here. So from there, you can simply import it to the main content.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Vamsi, there are 2 questions posted in the chat. Visible to all.
Yes, I just gone through that. There is one more question that came up. So, okay. Someone asked me, you mentioned something about gradient and solid color. Okay. So let me tell you, this palette, if you see clearly, these were the gradient colors, these 6, and these were the true colors. Now, when you are creating any gradient, make sure that gradient is created from these colors only. For example, if it is a red gradient, so there should be these 2 colors, not the other ones. If you are using blue, then it should be these 2 colors. And same with gray. Now, if you want to create not a gradient one, but a pure background, maybe blue or maroon or gray, then use these colors. Never mix of these. For example, you can't have the thing the other way around. For example, you can't have this color, the code 3B0104. You can't use it for a plain background at any cost. It is not a brand compliance poster. If it is a red and it is not a gradient, then it should be the true maroon color only. So in that way, you can have it. For example, let us say someone also asked a question, about the gradients, and you want to change it. For example, let me pick this one. Okay, Control C. Now simply you can how I make that. Okay, the Control V. Shortcuts, copy paste. Now this is just a corner block. What I do is I simply go to some extent. I stretch it all the way. That's it. I got my background. Now I press it. I press the colors and I want to change. Now let me change it to maroon. Like I said, this is the color which you can't be used. Let me showcase you. See, 772432. Like I said, it will be always in between. So easy shortcut for me. So these two colors are the gradients of the maroon. So this one I selected, I picked one color, and the second one I picked another color. That's it. My gradient change. Let us go to the gray. Okay. And this is the color of the gradient. Now how I can get these sheets or something like that in the objects, you can easily get the gradients. Okay. Or sometimes the gradients will be different colors like an image which you can't edit. In that case, as we are already sharing these designs, you can have it. Not only this, there is one more thing. Like I said, it was in another account. Those are like these rectangular bars. Okay. Like you see in between these bars, it is like a single color, right? Now there will be something which will be of multiple colors of gradient. So you can have it copy paste and there you can have it. For example, let's take this. And let me keep it here. Okay, you can change the size or we can also create with the same thing multiple kind of an options. For example, okay, now sorry, my mouse was a little bit of on this shape. Let us say in half. Okay, so you can see with the gradients like this also, I can mix it here and there. Now copy and maybe I can have 4 or 5 kind of a things. The backend. Maybe let me flip it on a vertical note. Or something like this. On a different scale. It may be, rather than a single background, I am using it like creating multiple backgrounds on its own. Like that, you can experiment with the gradients however you want to do. There is one more question that is coming up. Can a club has its own logo? I'm sorry, you can't have your own logo. For example, let us say if you are insisting that you want a logo. Now there is one thing that you need to do. In that case, make sure you are not sharing your club's poster with the logo on it to any of the social media platforms. It should be shared in your own club only if you are having your own logo, which in the case is like it's not a brand compliance poster. So, for example, whenever you want to experiment with new colors and new kind of a things and it is not brand compliance, don't share it on any social media platforms. Use it on the personal note, which means to your club only. Now, because it is in your own club, the outside people will want to know that there is this kind of a poster. So in that way, it would be fine. But when you are sharing on the social media, it should be a brand compliance one. And you can see 90% of the time we can't see these things and it is happening.
Can I add one point related to logo?
Sure, Abilash.
Yeah, ideally, when you are making a logo of your own, it is something you're portraying, you're a different entity within Toastmasters itself. That is not Toastmasters. Toastmasters is one single brand. We are Toastmasters International. It's not come to a different identity or that kind of logo designing for a particular club, and that is not encouraged by Toastmasters International at any place. Karan, you are adding something. Okay, thank you, Vamsi.
Yes. And someone asked this question: Can we have something like a complete black and white kind of a poster? So this is one of the things which I created. Don't read the titles and other kind of stuff. Okay, it is my personal directory, and I have different names. I do a lot of stuff. Okay, so let us say I want to have a simple black and white kind of a poster. Now someone asked, okay, So there are few elements which I have on a different note. Now this, let us take this is happy. I can keep it a black font. It is fine. That is state. Okay. Black. Okay. This one also go black. It looks good look when it goes black. Okay. This is not a brand kind of a thing that we should generally use. Now considering these factors, to some extent we can have the black and white, but make sure that you are not doing black part mode. You have to ensure that it should be on a better way, appealing, but not consuming too much of the space in the entire poster. For example, now I can't change entire these gradients and everything into the black. Now that makes it completely on a different set of, The same goes with yellow as well. You can use it to some extent, not make it in a complete scale, having, yellow as a background. Don't make posters in such kind of a way. Try to avoid them. But definitely you can have posters with a black and white kind of a tone. But you can have some other elements. For example, if you want to know, it is kind of a retro theme or something, I want only black and white. Then make sure you design some elements in such a way that you are not spreading too much of only black part, but on a equal scale. In that way, majority consuming white, it looks better. For example, small rectangle like in one corner or something, in another corner. In these kind of a way, that is one thing. And some people also have a doubt where to keep the Toastmasters international logo. There is no particular instruction that it should be on a particular note that there should be, logo have to be placed here and kind of a thing. We have a restriction like the breathe space. For example, which I said around, I can't have it in this corner like this, okay? The logo was already out of the margin. So have at least a little bit of space inside. Now, where in this entire poster I can use it? Majority people prefer the top right or the bottom left corner. There is no particular instruction. You can use it on the other places as well. It's all up to you where you are placing the logo, but make sure you are placing one of the logos. Now, sometimes this is one of the logos, right? You can have other kind of logos as well. Whatever things you think is suitable for you, take that logo and use it over there. And I think there is one more question. Abilash, can you see if there are any other questions?
No, I think, yeah, that was the last one, black and white. And
yeah,
this what should be
I think that's it. We covered the questions part. And Abilash, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, like questions part are covered, but we still have that is can. Yeah, Agohin surely will be sharing the links in our website and also in the social media platform. So from the Facebook or Instagram page from where you got this meeting link, you can refer to the same page again after few days. You will be able to see the link of this recording and also the design templates that we would be sharing it. Omkar, please suggest what should be the club profile photo on TI website. Omkar, can you please unmute and explain more on what is this profile photo means you are referring to?
Yeah, hi Toastmasters. When we go to Club Central, right, there is like each XCOM can access the Club Central. So there is one logo or like profile photo type of there. So I'm not sure if it is visible outside to public.
Yes,
but
it is visible not to the public, but when you log in to your account, it is visible for everyone, and it can be any professional photo, like how you can see Vamsi's display picture now. I see it's not video. Okay,
no, but that is club specific, right? Like in our case,
no, it
we
is
have...
similar to how you have your profile picture in any other social media platform. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there is no any such restriction or something with respect to that.
Does that answer your question, Omkar?
Yeah, the individual profile photo I got it, but like I'm not sure if there is anything like club profile photo or not.
No, there is nothing like related to club in this sense.
Are you wait, Abilash? I just wanted to clarify this with Omkar. By club profile photo, you mean the display picture or that we have on Facebook and other places? Is that what you're referring to?
That also, but I was specifically talking about the TI because we have our club president's photo there. So even if I log in with my credentials in TI, when I go to my club, this club central, and there I see his photo also because he has put it as club this. So exactly what technical term I don't know.
Okay. Omkar, I think if I understood the point correctly, if you went to Club Central under members details, you can see every other member's profile picture, not only the particular person's picture. And I don't think so that has anything to do with the brand or with this set of discussions that we are having. Yeah. Yes, Poman, you are adding something. Good. Okay, we are open for Q&A. We still have another 20 plus minutes to close the session. So we still can discuss more about PyaaR, any doubts, anything, any other clarifications that you need with respect to designing posters, brand, manual, how to do anything special for your club. Such queries can be asked and answered.
Okay, just a question here. Like sometimes we go to different Toastmaster organized events and we click photos. Now the brand manual says we need to get permission from people before we use their pictures. So
yes,
if I want to use it for internal corporate communication, I need to. How do I go about it? There are lots of people in it.
If you are clicking
let me
a
tell
photo
you.
with me, okay, yeah, Vamsi, go ahead.
Okay, so there is one thing that is known as a model release form. Okay, for example, let us say Abilash came to your club and you want to use Abilash photo on a different kind of a posters and other things. As long as it is your company internal, like I said, now it is not anywhere related to Toastmasters because you are doing on a company internal purpose.
Correct.
But now, when you started posting on platform like Yammer or other kind of things, where other people can also see, now you can't post Abilash picture without taking his permission, right? So there you can send this form, and from there you can get the permission stating that yes, Abilash will say you can use my details and other kind of stuff, and then you can use it for the posters or any kind of brand kind of things you want to do, PyaaR activities, anything. Because you
is there
already
a
have the
form?
form
Is there any digital
Yes.
form I could share? You could
Yes,
share.
it is known as a model release form.
Okay.
We will try to show, keep it somewhere in the net also. You can easily download Toastmasters site, model release form. You can get it from the Google itself with ease.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay, page 20 of brand manual, David. So this is about the image and photography, which we were discussing sometime before when and Vamsi mentioned about adding photos to the. If you see the page, it has a link at the bottom. So that link has a repository of Toastmasters related images that you can use in any Toastmasters poster. Okay.
And one more thing is, for example, okay, yeah. So one more thing is, for example, if there is an image, like you can see in the page 20 itself, there is a woman speaking and there is a crowd. For example, if you find similar kind of images, which portrays either Toastmaster or a public speaking event or an organizing event, that can be also used as image or a background for your poster or anything which you want to showcase. That can be also done.
Okay. Paragraph 2 says stay away from
Yeah.
the images that do not connect to
Images.
Toastmasters environment,
Environment.
such as those mainly or solely portraying landscape, animals, children, food appliances, medicine, or architecture. Yes. So this is what we even said sometime before. So if you're having a club theme as football, you can't just put a picture of football there. That is the very simple example to relate it to. And if you are talking about pet lovers, that is our theme. You can't have pictures of puppies or cats in that post. That is not portraying the Toastmasters club environment. Your club poster should portray it. It is a Toastmasters club event that is happening, and that has an event with the team pets. It should not portray an image. This is a pet store that is conducting something about Toastmasters. You are getting the difference.
And one
right?
more thing, what happens here is, for example, like he said, if you put something on the pets, some cute doggy and kind of a cat over there can be some guest thinking that maybe in this club is like a dog lovers club or a cat lovers club or something like that, rather than it is a theme. Now it creates a false image for that. That is the reason we avoid all those kind of images, and simply you can have it on the words. Like example, this is the theme, mention the theme, there it is, they understand that, okay, for this meeting, this is the theme or this is the concept they are discussing. This is not the exactly kind of a pet lover club or something like that. So that's why we avoid these kind of images which are not reflected or related to the Toastmasters.
Hope David, it is clear to you. Yes, David. Please go ahead.
Thank you. So, for example, if you have the team to be football, we can have the coach addressing the footballers. That way, it's like a public speaking. The coach is addressing the footballers or the audience. That way, we have the. Is it possible to maybe take a photograph of the pitch or the stadium or the stadia where the coach is actually addressing the footballers? That way, he's speaking to them, but we have the background of the field. Can we project that image on the flyer? That is what I want to understand.
So if you add that image to a flyer, it appears again as a football game. It is not appearing as a Toastmasters meeting. We are making posters to attract people to attend Toastmasters meeting.
Okay.
You're getting the point. So this is how it has to be. Yes.
So basically, it should always be a meeting.
It should always depict about the Toastmasters environment, not a simple meeting. It can be a bigger conference that is happening. That is still a Toastmasters environment. Toastmasters conference happens, and a single person speaking. That is also a Toastmaster environment, and multiple people speaking on different. That is also Toastmaster environment where we have everyone speaking on the stage. So simple as that. So anything that deviates from the Toastmasters environment is not ready. It's not allowed to be put into a poster.
Okay, so we cannot just put any picture at all on the flyer once it is not a Toastmasters meeting.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thanks for clarification. So if we are not having any more questions, let's wrap it up. Let's call it a day. And I would request our DPRM, Distinguished Toastmaster Karan, for closing address and take it further. Over to you, DTM Karan.
Yes, I hope I'm audible and visible to everybody.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And a huge shout out and a huge round of applause for Distinguished Toastmaster Abilash and Distinguished Toastmaster Vamsi for conducting this session today. Thank you so much, team, for making this happen. And kudos to each and every one of you for witnessing the launch of ABCD 2.0. And on behalf of the entire team, I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for attending today's session. And we look forward to meeting you in the upcoming sessions as well. And the details of those sessions will be shared with you all in advance, and it will be shared across on social media as well. So we look forward to meeting you all in the upcoming sessions too, and we hope that you have a lot of takeaway from this session, and we look forward to seeing more and more interesting PR related stuffs coming from your side as a result of today's session. So thank you, DTM Abilash and the DTM Vamsi, for taking this session, and I thank each and every participant who stayed all the way till the end, ensuring that they were able to grasp everything from today's session and witness the launch of ABCD 2.0 as well. Thank you so much, and we'll see you all around, either in any sessions of District 125, or if not, we'll definitely catch up with you in PyaaR 2.0, which will be released and launched shortly. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining in. And the meeting will be recorded. Meeting is being recorded, and it will be uploaded to our social media channels shortly. And do watch out for the link. And you can check out our YouTube channel, District 125 Toastmasters, and you can subscribe to us to share and walk through these videos again. Go back to these videos whenever you have any questions. Thank you so much, everybody. And with that, wish you a happy rest of the weekend. Thank you.
Sorry, please, could we have the PDF presentation, please, on Canva?